Hello everyone, this is Lolly. Today I am doing a remake or an updated video showing you my paperclip, altered paperclip, basic or beginner's tutorial here. So when we alter paper clips in the US, the standard size is this one, which is approximately 1¼ inch. It is very small, and in my way of thinking, it's very small and very difficult to actually utilize. You have to have very small items to work with to put on the end here. This one is called the Jumbo Clip, and it is about 1 7/8 inches, just shy of 2 inches. This is the one that I use the most. That one and this one, which is a 3-inch one. These ones I find online the most, and this is a 4-inch one, which I have used. It is very hard, and so it will really bend your papers if you're putting this down on papers. So with this one, I use these more for decorative use, although I have used these for a paperclip art before. Just letting you know that they are difficult to work with, but they're really pretty. Now, smaller ones, I actually carry some of these in my shop, and these would be the Doodlebug ones, these ones which are from Creative Impressions, and these are very tiny. They're shiny metallics, and I will zoom in here so you can see they're very shiny, and these from the Tim Holtz are the more vintage looking ones. These little tiny ones I don't actually use to put embellishments on. I tend to use them just to add on the corner of paper as an accent. You know, if I make a decoration, I would put one of these on there with a little saying or something to hold a sentiment on. Also, many paper clips have this rubberized coating like the Doodlebug ones do, and these come in a variety of colors, which I have in my shop. I still use these the same way as I use these, so heads up on that. And then some paper clips have what we call a glue pad. Now, when I made my last video, I had been able to find these, and I know there's glare on that. I really adore this because you can glue this onto your paper, and then you have a glue pad. This is what you glue your embellishments on. So say you did have something really big or chunky that you want to glue on there. You just put that right on there, and your paper clip is done. The back is nice and finished. I have since found these ones are easier to find. These I usually find under bookmark, Jumbo Bookmark glue pad. I ordered these ones from Etsy, a shop in Etsy. These ones were made for putting those bottle cap images on, and I get these from like Hobby Lobby and Michael's. And I don't remember the brand offhand, but you can put a sticker or something and then one of those clear resin stickers over that, or you can use actual resin, or you could use it as a glue pad and just glue your embellishment right there on top. Someone was kind enough to send me these. I have no idea where she got these from. This is the 4-inch paper clip like this, and it snaps in there beautifully. Speaking of snapping in, the jumbo one that I said was 1 7/8 is what fits into these discs. They snap in. I call these paper clip blanks because now you have this wonderful surface to be able to glue your embellishment on. For instance, this tea bag paper clip that I made, I just made the tea bag, glued it to that, and I have a nice finished look on the back, and it works really well. I will give you a tutorial underneath to this, but also underneath this video, I will give you a link to our paperclip art group on Facebook, and I will give you a list to my entire playlist on YouTube. The next question is, what do we do to complete the back? If we don't have a glue pad, we don't have these paperclip blanks, what can we use? Many times I just take the same image and I make it twice. So I took this black outline and I cut that twice. I did this using the Cricut Maker. And so we got little Mickey's hand here, and I cut the black out twice, and I just glued the paperclip on, and then I glued the hand over the back. Someone made this for me, and you can just put a piece of felt or foam on the back. She has got foam. You could also use a button to cover it up. That is really cute. Or you can also use the identical design, and I've invented a system that I call the sandwich technique, where I cut a piece of foam out roughly in the shape of this, but I leave a hole in it and I insert the paper clip into the hole of the foam, and then it's a nice smooth image right here. Now here is one of these that has, to show you the back of this one here, that has the glue pad on it. You can glue several layers. And here is another one with felt, excuse me, this is foam. And you can cut out foam with your dies. So this doghouse is a die. And so I use that die to cut out the foam, and then that makes a perfect back. And I also will give you the link to making this paper clip. Here's another one with the foam sandwich. This is cardstock and cardstock with the foam in the middle. So I do want to get close up and show you how beautiful and finished that is. And sometimes we have what we call a hidden clip. This is actually a little booklet here. But here's the hidden clip, meaning you don't see it from the front. You only see it from the back. When you're putting it on your project, you just slide it on. And this one has this extra joy of this cute little note there to your friend. I want to show you the back of this one. This was a Captain America shield, and I used one of those epoxy stickers, but I also used the foam in the middle as well. Perfect, nice and concise. Those are all the paper clips I've showed you, gluing something on the top. Now these ones are banner clips, meaning the paper clip is this way. I'm showing you this large one so you could see. You need to figure out which side of the paper you want your paper clip to come from. Do you want it coming from the right? Then you want this solid bar at the bottom here when you have the two rounded edges to the left. If you do it this way, when you glue this on, it'll just slide right off. However, if you want your paper clip to come onto your paper this way, always just either way, make sure that your solid bars at the bottom, and then these double loops will face toward the inside of your book, okay? So I'll show you some of those banners here. Now this one, I added a charm here. Now you can either slide a charm on here and then add your paperclip decorations, or you can use the garment pins right here to add it to the loop. And you can see this one is going to come this way on your page. This is what's called a coin flip. It is a double vinyl pocket, and so I decorated the back, put a shaker on front, stitch that on there, and good to go. I think these are adorable, and I could have decorated the back as well. Here's another banner clip with just cardstock, but then I added layers to it, and I used an eyelet there just for accent and appeal. And here, sometimes you can just use fabric. This is a fabric and no cardstock involved at all, but it is so adorable. So now, the big question for me is glue. What adhesives do we use when we are making our paper clips? Now, every time I do a video, I try to remind you not to use hot glue to glue your paper clip to your embellishment. And that is because hot glue, though it is non-toxic and it doesn't have an odor, and it's so easy to use and quick to set up the adhesive, it is not permanent. And so when you mail or even get bumped or use this paper clip any length of time, it will come off. I've done many swaps, many mailings, and received many items that have been hot glued and have become disassembled in the mail, and I have had to try to figure out how to reassemble it, so please no hot glue. I use paper glue for the paper-to-paper aspects. For instance, if I was gluing this to this, that I use paper. I use Fabri-Tac for all of my fabric items, like gluing the ribbon to this. For paper glues, I use Barely Art, paper to paper. I use Barely Art, or I use Nuvo Deluxe Adhesive, which I have upstairs because I'm using it on a project. Now, for anything touching metal or plastic or anything that is not paper or fabric, I use Power-Tac by Beacon. In my previous videos, I really espoused the idea of using E6000. E6000 is highly toxic and the fumes are pretty pungent. You have to use it in a well-ventilated area, and even then people are concerned about using it. I have since, I had tried Power-Tac. I didn't like it at first, and the company actually reached out to me and reformulated it, and now I love PowerTac. I have to tell you, this video is not sponsored by them in any way. This is totally unsolicited advice for you. I love this. It is way less toxic and odorous. I still use it in a well-ventilated area. However, it does take 24 hours for full hold. So what that means for you is when you glue it, I put the glue here, I put it down. It takes 24 hours before I can really move it around well. But after an hour, I can pick it up and move it. But I mean, I can't tug on it. Full permanency is reached in 24 hours. Now, my solution to you, if that bothers you and you need to move along, here's what I suggest. Put your PowerTac here and here, right under the paper clip, right? And that is going to stay nice and wet for quite a while. Grab your hot glue gun and put a dollop of hot glue right here, and that hot glue will hold the paper clip in place while you are waiting for the permanent hold of the PowerTac to step in. So the hot glue is not your only adhesive. It's just kind of tacking this on, the paper clip on, while this holds. Do not put hot glue all over there and then put another glue on top of it. Don't put glue on glue. This is to hold the paper clip to your embellishment. This is not to hold your paper clip to hot glue. Don't forget, the hot glue is going to come off this paper. Remember that. I also, in my last video, I used glossy accents. I have since gotten away from that and do not use glossy accents at all because I have found, given the test of time, that those items came apart as well. So that's my solution. PowerTac for anything metal and plastic. Fabri-Tac for ribbons, lace, and fabric. And what I call paper glue, or the white liquid glues like Barely Art and such as the Nuvo, Deluxe adhesive. I do use Gem Tech now and then to glue gems onto things such as these right here. Okay, so what do you do with paper clips? They make wonderful gifts, first of all, because who wouldn't love to have that? And when they get it, they're going to use it as a bookmark in their book. They can use it in a diary. They can use it in a recipe book. Any kind of book, this would make a wonderful paperclip in. I like to make a paperclip to match every journal that I make. At least one paperclip. If you've been with me and you know every December I do a December daily, and I make paperclips to match that project. And I love even just the look of having these as a decorative item, not necessarily functional, but decorative, sticking outside of my journal. I think they're beautiful. They can be used just like any regular paperclip. Paperclips are to hold papers together. So if I have a stack of 3 papers, for instance, such as like this in a journal, I could have paperclipped those onto my page instead of making a separate banner here like this. So there are so many purposes for this. And I hope that gives you an idea of what you can do, and it really sparks your imagination. These are very few of the paper clips that I have. I do at least one paper clip a month because we have a theme every month in our paperclip art group, and using that theme we decorate. And so, for instance, this theme was dogs and cats. And this was friendship, and so I decided what better way to exercise friendship than to have tea with my friends. So these are just some ideas. Come and take a look at our group on Facebook, and I know you will be inspired. Please note that we do ask you to have been on Facebook for at least a year. Make sure you answer both questions as you apply for joining the group. Thank you for watching, everyone.